Casserly Real Estate has worked really hard to get myself to volunteer for the CEO Sleepout, which is coming up in a couple of weeks' time on the 20th of June, the coldest night of the year, I've been told, and actually looking forward to it. But before we get into some questions, I'm a little bit nervous. I just went away with my father-in-law and brother-in-law on a week's scuba diving adventure, and I bunked with my brother-in-law, and apparently I sleep talk. So is that going to be an issue for the CEO Sleepout? Anything to worry about?
Not going to be an issue for the Sleepout, might be an issue for you, because you're going to be reasonably close to someone that you might not know today, but I guarantee by the morning of the Sleepout, you'll know them pretty well.
I'm sure I will, and we'll get to the actual Sleepout. But first of all, just a quick introduction if we can. A little bit of background on yourself and how long you've been involved with Vinnies now.
Been at Vinnies for about 7.5 years, and I'd have to say it's the best job in the state.
Yeah, okay.
An opportunity to help people every day and interact with those less fortunate, and spend time thinking about how can we make their lives a bit better or give them a bit more dignity. It's a really nice way to earn a living.
Yeah, and the small little bit of information I know about you, that definitely comes across in your personality and your reputation as well. So what's been the success of the CEO Sleepout? Well, why are you so passionate about it, and why is there so many passionate South Australians in particular that participate in the CEO Sleepout?
Well, there's two aspects to it. One, the obvious one, the fundraising, and that I won't deny that. That's a really important part of what we do, and to have the opportunity to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in a one-night fundraiser is extraordinary, and South Australia has embraced the event and really got behind it in a remarkable way, and one that we don't take for granted and really appreciate. But the other thing, and it's not hidden, but the other thing about it is we get the chance to have influential people together and give them some information about homelessness that they might not have had 24 hours before. And inevitably those people will then, around the water cooler or at lunch the next day or the next week or whenever it is, they'll say, did you know that there's this about homelessness, or did you know there's that about homelessness, or homelessness isn't a choice, or whatever the message is that we're trying to push forward that night. So having the advocacy is a fantastic thing for people that don't have a voice generally.
Yeah, no, brilliant. So the CEO Sleepout, there's a collection of CEOs, business leaders raising money over several months in the lead up. Then give us a bit of an insight into the night itself. How many business leaders actually participate, and then what actually happens on the night for those people out there who may not understand what happens on the night?
It's tough. We don't hide from that. It's a tough night. People arrive feeling really buoyant. Generally there's a degree of interaction amongst everyone, of course, with the Adelaide type familiarity, and a few business cards get swapped, and that's great. We're really happy with that. But then we get the opportunity to tell people some stories and explain who we are and what we're about, and some real life examples of people that have been impacted on by the Sleepout or by Vinnies or circumstances not of their choosing. We provide a meal from Fred's van, so the meal service that we provide that does about 45,000 meals a year. We have a meal from Fred's van as people who would be homeless would have that night. A bit more presentation, there might be an option, and then it's lights out, normally between sort of 10 and 11, and we provide you with a really nice bit of cardboard, but then you get to sleep on the cement of a car park in Sturt Street, and from that point on it's really difficult because most people haven't experienced it, and what you'll find is that your ears never turn off because you're just not sure what's going on around you. So an example of why homeless people sleep inevitably during the day, because at night they're just not sure what's going on.
Yeah, interesting.
During the day, when there's light, they're safer, but at night, the vision isn't so clear, but the hearing can never turn off, so you never have a good sleep.
Yeah.
So why are homeless people grumpy? Because they never have a good sleep, and inevitably they're hungry. And if any of us went for a day without food or a day without sleep, it can become a bit edgy, and they're the sort of people that we're talking about.
Yeah, so, and on that, when you're talking about the homeless, what are some rough numbers or figures that you understand in terms of homelessness currently as we sit today?
So homelessness can be measured by a whole different range of things. So most people would think about homelessness as those people that are sleeping rough, have dreadlocks and are walking around with bare feet. Yep, they are homeless, but there's also people that sleep in their cars. There's people that couch surf. There's people that live at a caravan park, or in an environment where they'd rather not be, whether it's a shelter or a crisis centre or wherever it is. So homelessness has many faces, not just a person that is walking bedraggled along the street. But in terms of that, in terms of those that are sleeping rough, within the CBD, there's well over 100 every night in Adelaide that are sleeping rough. In terms of homelessness, there'd be in the vicinity of 6,000-7,000 within South Australia every night who would count themselves as homeless.
Yeah, and it just puts it into perspective, doesn't it? We sell houses in the metropolitan area here in Adelaide and in South Australia, and we see some beautiful homes and lovely presentation, and we're very privileged. But yeah, to have a night sleeping on some cardboard and limited food, and it's going to be pretty cold. It'll be an exciting experience, but I think a daunting one as well. So Dave, thank you very much for coming along and allowing us to have this quick interview. And for those of you out there, if you've got some further interest, we'd love for you to donate either via the link that'll come up shortly, or get in contact with anyone at the Vinnies team, or just visit the Vinnies website. And look forward to those people who are going to be there on the 20th of June for the CEO Sleepout with Vinnies.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
All good, thank you.